At the Presbyterian aged care home in DRUMMOYNE, some Christmas cheer in the worst of years.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
The first time the doors have been thrown open in months, a treat for residents courtesy of a quartet from the Canterbury Choir. On day one of new rules scrapping the two-person limit on aged care visits.
After all this time in lockdown and restrictions, it's an exciting time.
But there are concerns some facilities are refusing to wind back strict lockdown protocols.
It just seems like too much trouble and they're not doing it.
The Council on the Ageing is preparing to name and shame.
It's not in the keeping of the spirit of Christmas. It's not in keeping with what the Australian community expect.
No new COVID cases today, but a new concern over testing. Just 5,000 swabbed overnight. That's the lowest number in months, with the Premier revealing now a pause on any further easing of restrictions through to at least the end of the year.
There's not much you can't do anymore. There are some restrictions still in place.
There won't be too many places around the world where Christmas will be as normal as it is in Australia this year.
Woolworths is readying for a COVID-safe Christmas. More stores offering car park collection, pre-packed prawns to avoid deli queues and live crowd data for your local store. But if numbers swell...
When we do start to get towards those limits, we'll have a one-in, one-out policy.
At the Queensland Swim Championships overnight, concerns on COVID's impact for athletes battling to get overseas.
With COVID and things in place, we're not going to travel next year. It's sort of out of the question.
Yeah, we won't get any international competition, so we just have to be very creative with our competitions here, make it very competitive amongst the cohort of Australians.
To help, the Olympic Committee has launched Project Wagasa, Japanese for umbrella, an umbrella strategy on travel, health and quarantines. Backed by Aspen Medical, the team used to tackle the Ruby Princess and Newmarch COVID outbreaks.
Normally to get to a Games is a big challenge, and obviously to get to Tokyo is the biggest challenge ever.
Behind the US and China, Australia will send the world's third biggest team. Chris Reason, 7 News.